say, we got a bit of fun for the day, obviously. As you always got a bit of fun at the tournament. Although there's first two of the best players here, you still got fun. He's smiling. Ajax Dani's smiling at him through this window. We can see the players.
Ajax Dani through the glass.
Basically, this is our view right now from the camera. Dani's there. Stranger's there. Okay, we can see everything now. We can see all the reactions. We can see everything between these two. But we still got to do some drafts for these boys, haven't we?
We have got to do some drafts, and this is where the game really could be won or lost. It brings you an aspect that you're not used to seeing in competitive FIFA with usually all accounts being unlocked. No real restrictions were in use in Barcelona, the major event that we've had so far this year. But this tournament, you pick a draft, you do it through the FUT draft mode. Depending on how good that draft is, you can either stick, build that team then on Ultimate Team, or you can twist. You get another draft, but you have to use the second draft. You see Dani there, rock, paper, scissors with Stranger. That's 1-0 Stranger. Rock, paper, scissors, and that's 2-0 Stranger. So Dani...
All right, okay, so...
Stranger will decide if he gets to who does the first or the second draft. You see Mike there in the background.
So I think you could be going into something there. Esports, rock, paper, scissors. I did esports Jenga yesterday. Esports, rock, paper, scissors commentator. There's two new angles. If we need to go down there. There you go.
Sign me up.
So, who will be drafting first again? You just got me. I'm just so off with the rock, paper, scissors. I'm lost.
Well, the Stranger decides.
Obviously. First. So normally he gets the opponent to go fast. I would say is the best thing. I don't know. It just gives you a bit more time to relax, essentially, or would you rather just get your draft done?
Potentially. I don't think there's any real meta to it, to be honest. I don't think there's any. Is there any real tactics to it? We saw DHTX won the coin toss, or the rock, paper, scissors toss, I should say, and he lost against Sean Allen.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's much in it, to be honest.
I think he's going first, Stranger. Yeah, he's stepping up.
Well.
As you expect, if you win rock, paper, scissors, you should step up and get yourself your draft done. You can see the team behind him there to get him through this. Formations come out, Richard Buckley. Only two formations, but four at the back. But a 4-4-2, the original 4-4-2.
So with the 4-4-2 over the 4-3-2-1, quite a controversial choice. Captain's coming out. He's got that right forward, Ronaldo. Will he be getting used?
Someone just said, will there be another Jenga match? I'm not too sure. If there is, I'll be on duty there.
Potentially. Could be me versus Brandon on FIFA.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Before we jump into this game, tomorrow, me and Richard might be having a game on stream. Like this, draft format, set up, head-to-head. It should be fun.
It should be very fun.
But before we get there, we've got to find out who will be the last man in the quarterfinals.
Something actually that we're seeing right now is Ajax Dani and his squad, who will be supporting him, have actually come out and they're actually watching the draft right now, which is different. We've not seen anybody do this. That is very different from these guys. They're kind of just in front of us to the right. I'm sure the guys might have to pick them up on camera. And they're out at the moment watching that draft, watching every single choice that the Stranger makes. So that's one tactical way, I guess. Yeah, we've not seen this done at all so far. He's got Benzema, he's got Ronaldo. A Luka Modric in here would be ideal. Not really anything to go with. It'll take a Tarapsi before they even tournament started.
Please tell me that. Yeah, I'm all good. I can translate my my German positions. ZM is centre midfield.
Are we going
Goes without saying.
Kovacic potentially, or is it going... Yeah, I would take Kovacic and swap him over.
That's what we're going for. Is it kind of a La Liga vibe?
Well, you've got
nearly
Benzema, Ronaldo. Take Kovacic, get the full chemistry. There we go. And then on the left now, it's potential to be anything.
Okay.
Depending on what your centre-back should get, you could go anywhere. See, he's got Antonio Valencia. He could take Valencia, maybe hope for a Bailly.
Valencia is pretty hard to beat though, right?
We're looking for an Eric Bailly. Benatia, the only option, really. You got the Liga BBVA in Mandy. Oh, Mandy, as Westlife once said.
I think Mandy's got to be the choice. You go with there. I went for Benatia in the end. Obviously, ratings-wise, he's hoping that he can get another La Liga centre-half. No, he can't.
Sacco, or will it be Davison Sanchez?
Surely Sanchez. But if we're looking at, someone just as a general centre-half, obviously not thinking about chemistry, I think you've got to. The only reason he's obviously thinking Sacco, he's a French defender.
Take Sanchez, swap him over, play him at right centre-back. We've got a good left-back. This will probably be Team of the Year Marcelo. Yeah, we have it. Starting to know the draft picks now, Brandon, before they even come out. And there we have 94.
Hello, We're very accustomed to seeing David De Gea, aren't we? And then...
So we'll take Mignolet, then we'll put De Gea in goal.
really. It'd be stupid if he didn't play David De Gea.
De Gea will be the goalkeeper. Swap over Sanchez and Benatia. And then take Christian as well. You've got your 2 centre-backs and a goalkeeper there.
And also, it's good to remember as well, to all the viewers that tune in on this as well, that there is a possibility to redraft, okay? You get one more chance to redraft. So if you don't like your team, you redraft. But at the moment, attacking-wise, I'm not that impressed with this team. Benzema is the only thing there. Obviously got Ronaldo as well. Ronaldo is key, don't get me wrong. If you've got Ronaldo or Messi on one of your teams, sure, here we go. Now we're coming alive, or are we? Higuain and then Jordi Alba, or is he gone for... Oh, no, you don't really need Jordi Alba.
He's looking at Semedo, potentially. Because Semedo will get good chemistry with Ronaldo, obviously, being both Portuguese, playing in the Liga BBVA. Not too sure what Jordi Alba would do. Maybe looking for an Azpilicueta, get the strong link into David De Gea then in goal. But there's a few options that he can go down here, the stranger. Just needs to be sensible with his picks.
Definitely needs to be sensible is a keyword you can use. I'm looking there, he's still got 9 players. He needs to draft into the team still. See what he's trying to do there. He obviously would rather just have a full La Liga team. Centre-backs from La Liga would be big for him. As we talked there before, Biani, that man used to bring fear to people on the team.
Yeah, Kolasinac, also an option there potentially at left-back. If he does want to go full Premier League defence. They love Kolasinac. Maybe looking for a Lauren Koscielny in here now.
Scotty Sinclair. Surely, yeah. There's your left.
That's the left back.
Yeah, there's your left.
No, it's a left back.
It's a left back, oh.
Pedro Leon then playing left mid off chemistry.
Oh, that's Pedro Leon. We were getting confused the other day, weren't we? Pedro Leon, he used to have a few informs back in the day.
So who was the player? Was it Pedro Leon who were the inform? Or was that Jacqueline?
Jacqueline, we're getting confused with Jacqueline and Pedro Leon. Carl Walker now, but again, he's not La Liga. Unless he mixes in with Sanchez.
I think you have to go Premier League. Defence. You've got Walker, Sanchez, Christensen, De Gea. Then Jordi Alba gets a Spanish link off his player. You have to go Premier League defence for chemistry. Take Benatia out, put Christensen in. Let's see what it does.
And we need another striker as well. Would be good. Would be very good. But the formation-wise, let's look at it from the formation-wise side of things. It's pretty good formation.
It's a good 4-4-2. Maybe looking at Suarez up top.
Okay.
Maybe that new team of the group stage Messi as well. Team of the knockout stage Messi.
Yeah.
Striker Messi, 96 Messi. Could be an option.
It's taking quite a while on this one. Do you reckon there's any reason for this one? He's just thinking, which way do I go?
I think he's also thinking potentially I could just redraft this. Maybe thinking should have gone with a 4-3-2-1.
Okay.
The perfect player would be an Azpilicueta.
He's just pulled out Icardi twice though, 84 and now the 86. They're obviously still 84 chem is not a bad start, but for being nitpicky here, another striker would be key to link with Benzema. I believe that striker is in La Liga 2, if it's called that, or
the La Liga Santander.
I think that's the top one. I don't know if the Liga Santander 2, it might be called something on those lines.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think
it's 3rd division.
Dybala, what's he going for here?
I'm not too sure.
Obviously, you've got to remember, guys, these guys are taking quite a while because they want their teams to be perfect, because this is really it for some of these guys. If they lose, obviously, 2 games out of the 3, they got the competition. Wanyama's there. Fernandinho, I just think he picked him for ratings-wise, but let's be honest, it's all Premier League, isn't it? Oh, no. Or Calcio there, Gomez.
Danilo could be an option, but he's also got a lot of good right-back options. Fernandinho, potentially. Put him in there, that left centre mid spot. Let's just see what... So he has just pulled Messi.
Okay.
Got another set of good picks there. Nothing really standing out, though, Brandon, at the minute. I really don't know what to think of that team.
He's got 2 more options he can get. How's Messi getting involved in this team?
Super sub for his left striker.
Yeah? With that option, there's nothing there really for him. midfield-wise other than a super sub right now. Would you say redraft or not?
I'd be thinking redraft.
Whether he has pulled Ronaldo and Messi.
He's having to play around the chemistry right now. He's put Kyle Walker in there to try and get chemistry on the Man City player. It's just not great at the minute.
Obviously, when you've got David De Gea in there as well, it's kind of a debate, isn't it? Which way you go. Oh, Carver Howe, has you already got the right back sorted?
Max Alonso could be decent.
He could do something, couldn't he?
He'd get a strong link to Christensen. It's left centre-back. He'd then get a Spanish link to his left mid. I would take Max Alonso and see what I could do with the chemistry. Take Benatia out. Put in Christensen.
Okay.
Put Kyle Walker over to right back and then put Davinson Sanchez at left centre-back. At right centre-back. Left centre-back. Christensen.
Well, let's see what decision he makes. Obviously, the manager might have a very small implication if he is on 98, Ken, but he's a very long way off that.
I think he's already made his mind up to redraft.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't think that was the best option for chemistry, personally.
And then we will be getting into that one. It's a shame, though, as well. I know it's a great formation, 1-4-4-2. On the second option to that, Richard, he's got David De Gea, which is fair enough, decent enough as it is. He's got some decent fullbacks. He's got the team of the year there. He's got Ronaldo and he's got Messi.
Yeah, he's going to try and get chemistry on his team, but I just think it's too little too late for the stranger.
I don't think anything's going to work here for him. We're waiting to hear confirmation on his choice. I think we're thinking redraft. With the Twitch chat, I think thinks redraft as well. So let's. I think it's just going down. Every move he makes, the chemistry's going down more. I think we saw 70s at one point.
I'll be
58. We're going down every time.
Surprised if it's not a redraft.
He's just trying to work something out here.
Looks like it will be a redraft just from the team itself. Nothing really hitting home chemistry-wise. And to get the best possible chance of beating Ajax Dani.
It just shows this team's level, though, right? If Italian Valencia's on the bench, you know, we know what a right back is. And Kyle Walker as well. He's probably got the two best English Premier League fullbacks you can choose.
He's trying to work with his team, Brandon. And I like that.
This is like squad builder-esque.
Take Messi out now and put somebody in who gets good chemistry. Put in the silver Spanish player. That'll get you to 84. I think that's probably about it. Max Alonso would have been the pick.
He did suggest that because he could link him with the Spanish, couldn't he?
He'd get the Spanish link to the left mid.
And he can still link across the back line there as well.
Then he'd get the strong Chelsea link into Christensen. Unfortunately, I'm not the one building the squads.
All right, then. So 84 Chem, it looks like potentially the best option for him. I see what you mean, though. He's had to even draft in Liga, isn't it?
Could even use Iniesta at left mid. So he has got the inform Iniesta on the bench. That would then once again put. He'd have got another link into Max Alonso at left back.
He should be making these drafts, Richard. He should be controlling them.
What can I say?
Right, what is the plan then? What is the plan? Waiting to hear.
He's sorting his bench out like he's playing with his team.
We're looking through it, his reaction. You can see it as well. He just seems like, what do I do? Do I take the risk of redraft?
Maybe if he likes this formation, he's thinking, I want to use this formation. I like this formation.
I'm hearing Danny might be.
But right now, there's a little bit of confusion.
Is the Ajax moving on to coach duties now, moving on to someone else?
And I think he's sticking with his squad. 88 chemistry.
88, he's bumped it up a little bit then. Oh, that's why.
With
Sean
Dyche.
Dyche is in.
Sean, oh, it's not Sean Dyche. Take Sean Dyche. Come on, stranger. Take Sean Dyche. For the Bullock. Back in Burnley.
If he's tuning in.
Did tweet earlier saying that...
Right, so he's picked it. Now, wow.
Has he taken it?
Does that mean he's taking it or not? We're...
Still waiting a little bit of confirmation from the stranger.
88 Kevin had in the end, but he had some big players in it.
He had Messi, he had Ronaldo. that were it.
Messi, Ronaldo. The fullback's pretty decent. De Gea, 94 De Gea.
Yeah, Valencia. Fernandinho in midfield. In the central midfield.
Now, we are just awaiting confirmation if he will be sticking with it. He's going to keep the draft. Confirmation in draft will be staying there. That's a big move.
And there we can see Ajax Dani. The Ajax text alongside him with, I think that's Yimmy HD in the background.
He is. You can just see a green jersey of a final there. You can't really see it. You can just see his head maybe move in a second. Here we go then. The first draft for Dani.
Has to be the 4-3-2-1.
And only 1-4 at the back formation there. Is that a good formation though? 4-3-2-1?
Yeah, it's very good. Although he could be getting persuaded by the... He did say to us he likes the 3-5-2.
He did.
He told us he likes the 3-5-2.
5-2-1-2 or 3-5-2.
And he said he'd take the 3-5-2. Is he going to take the 3-5-2?
Is he going to back up his word?
He spoke to us and said, I like playing 3-5-2 on this FIFA.
I see you boys in the chat. I see you boys in the chat. Help this man out build his draft. What's he going for in the end? 3-5-2 or not? What would you do?
If I'm comfortable with the formation, I'd click it.
He said, though, when he's winning in a game, it's kind of like a 5 at the back he uses because he just uses the player instruction and stay up while attacking.
4-3-2-1, 3-5-2. He's gone with a 4-3-2-1. Controversial. Captain. Nobody great.
I think if that was Dani on his own in that room,
He'd
the
take 3-5-2.
3-5-2 would be picked. He's got some other people over his shoulder, probably Yimmy in there as well. And, of course, the ASS saying, go for 4 at the back, go for 4 at the back. Come on, think sensible here.
I'd take De Bruyne personally there. The 91 De Bruyne. Lamar, Mertens, Muller, you're not going to take. Messi, there's so much potential to get special Messi cards. Take the 91 De Bruyne and have a solid start to your team.
Okay. Other than that, as you said, you could take the risk and maybe get a better Messi as we go on, though, as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Take De Bruyne.
As you said, you're a big fan of De Bruyne as well. You know, he's a very good player.
Big fan. Or is he going to take Thomas Muller? Who knows? He's took Messi. Striker, Suarez, that's what he's looking for. Gamero will do a job up top.
Just looking at there, the stream has been up for 12 hours, Richard Buckley. 12 hours of FIFA action. Round of 16. The last game, there was 7 games already. There's 1 more game left.
Left wing, 94 Hazard. Central midfield. Who are we looking at? There we see De Bruyne. There we see Kante.
I think he likes Kante.
To get the Chelsea link.
I think he's a big fan of
Looking
Kante.
for a Paulinho, potentially. Modric.
Ooh.
Who are we looking for here? Someone to get Messi on full
blue?
cam.
Can we get 3 blues? No chance.
Turan, perfect. Barcelona link.
Blinkovic-Savic. I know he's got nothing, no links at all there, but...
Has to be Turan. Get Messi on full chemistry. Swap over Kante and there we are.
My only worry is Turan, obviously, is a bit... He'll probably subbed off. He's a little bit slow.
We can get Max Alonso at left back, potentially. I'll take Holibas. Holibas has been great for a lot of people this tournament so far. He's took Jordi Alba. Don't listen to me.
Centre back.
Right back.
No, sorry, I was going to say, I have no idea why Valencia would have popped up if it was...
So what you can do is just switch full-backs. You'll play Jordi Alba at right back, Valencia at left back.
And the 2 centre-halves will be Rio Ferdinand.
Huge. The first time we've seen Rio Ferdinand.
That could be massive for him.
Who's going to be partnering Rio Ferdinand? Looks like it's going to be Hernandez, potentially. The H-Tex is saying something.
Do you remember Kirichez?
I do, he plays
There's a bit of pace about him. He's only got a 68 now.
He did used to play for Spurs.
He had pace about him. Now he's got none.
Can't remember how you said his name.
Kirichez.
Right, Kirichez?
No? Kirichez, no?
I feel like there are...
Kirichez?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, who's he going to go for then? Centre half-wise, I'm thinking, he's always thinking Spanish or French, obviously. Looking at the ratings there, I'll see an 82, surely for the 82.
The El Stundio.
What?
El Stuntondo.
Yeah, El Santander, I think, yeah. We got there in the end.
Oh, the jacket's coming off for Ajax Dani. It's showtime.
Oh, just throw it. Just throw the jacket there. It's all business now.
Is going Hernandez, is going El Stundo.
And there we go. A keeper here.
It's not picked, it's previewing.
You know what? David De Gea would even fit this.
David De Gea would fit. He's previewing. He's taken all Stundo. David De Gea. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. He's still not happy, though. On the bench, if he could pull out maybe...
Eric Bailly.
If I had to be picky, a decent striker. Gamero, he can put himself about, but we saw him in a few games. I think it was it might be Maestro that said he had to inform him, and he just didn't perform.
Just waiting for a centre-back now. Who's going to take? Who's going to take Handanovic for rating? We're actually at a 91 rated team right now.
That is very, very decent. I haven't even filled out the bench yet, as you said. If anyone doesn't know what this is the Draft Cup story. Obviously, you get the agenda. Drafts every single round past the group stage. You get 2 chances with the draft. Stranger kept his, coming in at 88 chemistry. And now this is currently the first draft for Ajax. Dani overall.
So he took Rudiger. And he's trying to get him on chemistry right now. But that will then throw Hazard off chemistry as well. So unless he gets Ronaldo would work in the switched formation with Kante over to, I think this is Ronaldo. So Ronaldo at right forward.
Wow. Give it in-game or Bale striker? No, in-game just put Ronaldo up top, no? But then obviously you want that chem, don't you, to start with?
The H-Tex is telling him now potentially a little bit about the chemistry, how this would work. Because it is a right wing Ronaldo, don't know what chemistry we'll get at left wing, that's the question. Yeah, he actually loses chemistry points. However, now he only gets 3 chemistry, does Ronaldo at left wing. Not the greatest.
No, potentially. Not a good choice he's made there at all.
Switch it over. Switch over. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Now he's got Messi and Ronaldo though in some hindsight.
Would you say I find it very hard to redraft this team when you got prime Rio?
Do you know who would actually fit in this team? What's his name? Plays for Valencia. French. CDM.
Enzonzi.
He would fit in there.
From Sevilla.
Yeah. No, from Sevilla.
Yeah.
From Valencia. What's his name? No, it begins with an N, like Non-Kudabu or something like that. If it comes out, we'll see it. But as you said, any French player that is from La Liga could be massive here.
I think you take Nemanja Matic. I think you're playing right centre mid.
There you go, the chat help me out.
Kondogbia.
That's the one. Kondogbia. I've seen his face a few times in the draft.
We're not really getting anything right now, chemistry-wise. Chat, what would you think?
Well, they're just taking the mickey at me for my pronunciation there. I was trying to think of the player. You guys know it. You knew how I meant, obviously. You come back for it, but...
Do you stick or twist this draft?
That's a great point. Do you stick or do you twist this draft? Obviously, if you twist it, you won't be able to go back to this one. And to be honest, it is a very strong draft.
Extremely strong.
And he's 78 rated, normal.
Yeah.
Just shows his informs are massive. Stick or twist? What would you do, Richard?
I'd try and stick and try and make this chemistry work. But the defence just doesn't seem...
Navas is taking a bit of a dip.
Yeah, Jesus Navas.
And to finish with, is that or one more? Let's go for Spanish, I'd say.
Yeah, take Bernat.
To try and link any kind of Spanish chem in you can.
What's the
And
chat
that
saying?
is the
Stick
team.
or twist?
Stick, a lot of people are saying. They think they should stick. I think he should stick. Manager could be massive here.
I would say twist.
You're saying twist. Big move. 91. We were on 93, remember? So how can this work? I remember this is the final game of the round of 16 here at the DraftStory Cup. Then we'll be back tomorrow again for quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. And someone will be walking away as the champion and with 5,000
That puts 195 chemistry with the La Liga Santander manager.
I think, is that enough?
Let's just have another look at the team to see.
I think at the same time as well, he's looking at this in the sense that he knows the Stranger's only got 88 chem.
Yep.
So I think he's kind of comparing that to it a little bit, which I don't think he should. But the Cup is held at the Take TV eSports studio in Crayfield, Germany over this weekend. 32 of the best players have came. And after this game, there will only be 8 remaining.
The H-Techs there probably trying to help out with chemistry where possible. I know Danny said he didn't actually play a lot of draft. He gets his team that he needs for FIFA and then rolls with that team.
And we nearly saw him go for the 3-5-2, didn't we, Richard?
And you said you think he would have got the 3-5-2.
Potentially.
Could have been in there on his own.
Because we had him on the couch earlier and he said one thing he did a lot, if anyone is a big Ajax Dani fan, we remember last year when he was in front, he would go 5 at the back,
5-3-2.
bring on Pepe, and occasionally he would concede on a few times, and it'd be stitched up, wouldn't he? He'd have to put Pepe in, potentially centre midfield.
But other times he'd see out the game and it'd work for him. He'd play 5 at the back and he's actually just gave the H-Tech the controller. Just try and fix the chemistry.
We'll see if we can get back on the team in a second
Can we see what's happening right now?
and have a look at that draft.
So he's going up to 97 chemistry. He's put Wilson at striker.
That's big, though. I know we obviously have to make the change straight away, but
I'm just trying to look there. Who else has he got? Oh. Is that saved? Are we seeing the draft saved? He keeps the draft.
he will keep that draft in the end there. And then we will be jumping into this first game between these two. I believe we're going to have King App joining us, the big man. Another Eredivisie player to give us all the insight.
Welcome to the couch.
Welcome, mate. Have a seat. Get the heads on. Here he is. Bob. Someone know him as Bob. King Epp, you would have known him as well. A big player in the FIFA scene. What a last game this is.
Yeah, perfect game. Yes.
Obviously, a big friend of yours as well, Danny. You know a lot about him. He's been waiting a while to play this game today, hasn't he? Has he been a little bit nervous as such, or should he be okay?
At the start, he was like really, like he was here.
Yeah.
And after he calmed down a bit and he's focusing.
What do you make of his draft then? Overall,
the formation is not like in his favor, but the team itself, it's really good.
He spoke to us and said it could potentially be playing the 3-5-2 if it came up. The 3-5-2 did come up.
Yeah.
Are you surprised he didn't take it?
No, I'm not surprised. It's really risky to take a 3-5-2 in a draft, especially against a stranger. You need to defend this.
Because we know Danny, last year when he went in front, he put 5 at the back and brought Pepe.
Yeah.
This year I was asking about, he said he goes to the 3-5-2. When he was on the couch earlier, he said he might go through it, the 3-5-2, but in the end, I think he's made the right choice.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the two players draft? Did you get to see the strangers?
What I can remember, Stranger got a really good formation for his liking.
4-4-2, yep.
It counters the 4-3-2-1 in my eyes. But the players itself, Dani has a much better team, like overall. Defense, Ferdinand. I've never seen him. Crazy.
That was the first time we've seen real Ferdinand at all. What are your thoughts on the on Dani's draft in particular then?
Yeah, like the Ferdinand is a big one. Best defender in the game. Yes, Totti, Modric, Totti, Kante, midfield is good. Ronaldo, Messi, Hazard up front.
And talking about the tournament yesterday, for you, obviously,
Yeah.
Didn't go to plan as such, but how was your draft? Did you use 2 drafts? Did you just use your first one? How did it go for you?
My first one was awful. I got like only non-rares.
Okay.
So I took my second, didn't get a good formation. I get a 4-2-2-2. I never played it. I wanted to play the 4-4-2 or the 4-1-2-1-2, but yeah, it didn't go my way, and yeah, I didn't play well as well. So.
And take me through those games. Who did you come up against in your group?
I came up against Saucer. Yeah, first game of the day, hands a bit cold. I lost 3-2.
Okay.
We both got many chances. Like we hit the post 5 times, I guess, in the same game.
Okay.
The second game, 4-4. He made a late equalizer, I guess. And then I played Sion after, and Sion was like another level.
Of course.
He got
18 points out of the group. He won every single game.
Exactly. He had a crazy team. He's a crazy player, and he got a good formation. So yeah, then it's a bit difficult to play against him.
And it goes without saying, I've seen you downstairs in the players now, just gaming away all day and yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you done weekend league?
Yeah.
Have you done it all?
Yeah, I've done it all.
You're 3rd in the world when I last looked. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that still on or not?
Yeah, it's still on, but because I played my games very early.
Okay, obviously, yeah.
And I'm not going to get top 100, but I played a good weekend. In my eyes, I improved, and I played a lot of good players. So I'm confident.
And this is what these tournaments are all about, Rich, isn't it? Coming up against, again, another 31 fantastic players. We'll do 32 overall. Bit of practice, a trip away into Germany or another town for some of these guys who already live in Germany.
And also, you're getting to use players that you didn't use before in Ultimate Team. We've seen a lot of Team of the Year Canes come out. He's been very big for players. Who are some of the players that you had in your draft who you'd never used before?
Like I had the worst midfield possible. I had Casemiro in my 2 CDMs and Partey from Atletico Madrid. So I couldn't build up. I passed to them and they couldn't turn or move the ball. So it was really hard to build up. And that I'm a build-up player, so it was hard for me. But like a player I would never use, I had Mtiti in the back and Varane. So I've never used them both.
Did you like them too?
No, they were absolutely awful. So.
And obviously you were in Barcelona.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Barca was a great experience. I had my criticism on the tournament because it didn't go very well in my eyes. I played 2 games in 10 hours. But yeah, overall, I like the format, like the new system, the Swiss system. And I got 5 wins and 2 losses, and then I played against Marv. I couldn't really play my game against Marv.
Okay.
It's a really hard player to play against because he plays possession and he's really good when he's up front. So he counters my play style, and yeah, I didn't go through.
And a different format we saw there, Richard. Swiss-style format back in Barcelona. I presume it'll be the same in April in Manchester as well. This is what is good. We've tried out a Swiss-style format for the first time really in FIFA esports. We've got a draft format here in Germany. It's all good stuff, isn't it? Especially with FIFA the way it's going. Try out different formats early. Yeah,
the game just keeps on developing really different formats, different group stages. We saw the Swiss style, as you said. Here we've seen top 2 go through, bottom 2 go out, and then we go into a round of 16 format, straight knockout over the course of the 3 legs. What's your prediction for this game? Who are you thinking?
I'm really rating both players, of course. Dani is one of the best in the Netherlands, maybe the best. And he has this confidence boost that he gets in game when he plays well and he's down or up.
It comes alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, TheStrxngeR is one of the world's best players. He came into FIFA 17 last year with me in the groups and he knocked me twice out.
Yeah.
Knocked me twice out, and yeah. I rate him really high.
And obviously, you've competed in the Eredivisie before, and obviously represent the club, which I've tried to pronounce it a number of times downstairs. How does that feel, first of all, obviously to represent the club, obviously linked in with Bundled Esports? How was it for you?
Bundled took care of me, and they arranged this deal for me. Pek Zwolle is the
Pek
pronunciation.
Zwolle. Pek Zwolle. Am I anywhere near that? I'm sure the chat will have their own opinion. There's a lot of course, as well, guys. I'll point the chat out to King Ep. Any questions for that man? Get him in.
I see a few names.
A few fans, a few guys you do know in there.
Lev Vinken from Ajax.
Is he in there?
Yeah,
Lev Vinken. Oh, hello, Lev. Obviously, we were commentating, weren't we, Rich, at the Zigo battle where Lev, from a fan to
There we see there we see actually Danny's team. The Strangers team was the 4-4-2. Very stacked team. Do you think Turan might come off early? potentially for...
Yeah, I think he's gonna sub his striker off and Turan maybe. Striker for Messi. Yeah.
There we go then. So, obviously on the left, you can see the Strangers team represent FC Basel. And then, miss that man, Ajax Dani. Representing Ajax. In an interesting formation. What was your go-to formation if you could have a formation in draft?
I like the 4-4-2 flat.
Yeah?
It's like the best formation in the game in my eyes.
Is that because you can play Ronaldo out wide, Messi out wide, and you've got the option for a Bale striker or a number of options up front?
I'd like, of course, Ronaldo to be my main man in the striker, and maybe next to him Messi, Bale. It doesn't matter. If you have Ronaldo striker in the draft, it's all good.
Someone said, easy snacks?
Yeah, this is like my thing.
Is that your saying?
Yeah, it's my saying, yeah.
Well, here we go then. We're underway in this last round of 16 game. Myself, Brandon Smith, next to me, Richard Buckley, and King Epp on the sofa as well. A fellow Dutchman, you could say supporting another Dutchman as well, Mr. Ajax Dani in there as well. But the stranger, we know how dangerous this man is, Richard Buckley.
Yeah, we do. Early.
Oh, my.
Free kick by Dani. Looking to get the front post run. He's got a lot of stuff, things like that in his locker. We watch him pretty much every week at training day. And we've seen him develop over the last 10 weeks.
Yes, especially like he played Marv in the groups and he lost to him like 6-1, 5-1 in the training ground. And he won 2 times here. So I think the training ground is really paying off in that way.
Well, here comes the stranger now. An interesting draft from him as well. We only locked him with 88 chem. Was it 98 in the end or 97? Ooh.
97 chem, I think, in the end for him.
Yeah.
What's important as well here is obviously it's a best of 3 format. Essentially, you want a good start, for example. Is that something you always implement in your games? You obviously want to get the first goal, then take control of the game, or are you quite open-minded?
In my eyes, every time I take like the opening goal, I lose.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. I rather get
You're not rather, but you know
exactly. But yeah, when I go down first, I'm like more capable of coming back than holding a lead.
There we see Rio Ferdinand for the first time in the tournament. I'm just trying to think why we wouldn't have seen any Rio Ferdinands previously.
Maybe it changed the draft
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe it changes at 11 o'clock.
Maybe. Maybe indeed.
On a Sunday.
Well then, here we go. Ajax Dani obviously kicking from right to left. In the first game, we could potentially be going to the third and final game. Wins a free kick. And Dani maybe has something up his sleeve from free kicks.
He's been telling me he's got a few things off the training ground ready that he's been learning from training day.
There we go. Played it short. Ooh, I saw the idea behind that.
When you're constantly playing week in, week out in a competitive environment against someone on training day at the highest level, you are going to pick things up. You are going to pick up little tips and tricks that your opponents do. I remember we saw a corner that Ajax Koen did where he stuck it to the edge of the box and then played it in.
And it worked nearly. Did it work? Or
it did work, yeah, he scored from it.
For you, for corners this year, just front post flick on, aim it to Ronaldo, or here comes Ronaldo, heel flick. Ooh. The corners this year for you?
Yeah, I watched Gorilla like in Barcelona and he scored like every corner he gets. So I just do the same thing as him and it works really well. So it's a bit overpowered in my eyes.
Ronaldo as well is just absolutely insane from a corner, right?
The Totti Ronaldo is it's unstoppable. Even Vieira or Hullet, they can't stand a chance against him.
Not really much in this game early on, just a chance for that kind of nearly came through for the stranger, of course, from FC Basel and the German champ, I believe, currently to this day. Obviously, I believe he won one of the last majors in Germany. And a real force to be reckoned with. He keeps himself to himself, doesn't he? But he performs big, doesn't he? He lets the performance do the talk. And here he comes.
Great save.
David De Gea from some sort of save on the legs of feet. Obviously, if you didn't know King Epp's a keeper, he can probably give some analysis over that. David De Gea, is he the number 1 keeper to go to?
Yeah, in my eyes, he's with Farman, one of the best. But yeah, keepers are not like... it's a bit... they're not like in real life. De Gea wouldn't concede like 30-yarders, and in the game he is, so...
Would you... do you like the 97 De Gea, or do you like another one?
I don't like special card keepers.
No?
Yeah, I don't like any keeper, but I'd rather get the old one.
So you'd rather go for the normal De Gea?
Yeah, I did in Barca, so...
Yeah?
And he performed for me, actually, so...
There we go. Ronaldo at the front post.
we're talking
And that
about
is what you can do. Just pull out. I don't know why the keeper came off his line. And as you said, King Ep, up the front post with Ronaldo, it's pretty much unstoppable. If he can get it on the right time and in the right jump.
He looked marked out then as well. It looked like it were getting marked, Ronaldo, and he just peeled away from his man.
You can like put 3 guys on him, but he still goes on top of it, and he just had it always perfectly because he has 99 heading accuracy. So look at this, perfectly.
Wow. And there we have it. The deadlock is broken, Richard Buckley. 29 minutes. And for any Ajax fans that are supporting this man, he is 1-0 up. But do not write off this stranger. This man is a machine as well.
He is, yeah. Both of these players always seem to turn up at big events, Brandon. Last year, Ajax Dani, 3 back-to-back tournaments he won. The FIWC qualification. He then went on to win the Ziggo E-Battle in Amsterdam, and then he went on to win the Hawks Pro Cup.
He did. Been involved in a number of tournaments, both online and at LAN events. And continuing to try and do well in the E-Divise as well. Obviously, the league that is one of the go-to role models, I'd say, for esports, FIFA leagues, E-leagues as such. How have you enjoyed that, the E-Divise?
Yeah, of course. It was a great experience, a nice start of the year. There are a lot of, there could be a lot of improvements, but I really enjoyed it.
And obviously, you're very lucky. The Premier League, we didn't have anything yet.
Exactly. So we are one of the first countries to have such a competition, and if you end up first, you will get a ticket for the playoffs. So there's an extra chance instead of people who don't have that chance. So.
I believe, obviously, we haven't seen the second half of the season yet, but is it that man from PSV, Ali Agun, is it? If I've pronounced it anywhere near correct there.
Yeah, he remains his level, so he's still a competitor of the the second title as well. So yeah, it's an absolute crazy player.
And he was in Barcelona as well, Richard, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Marcelo
down the line.
Nearly half time, and to be honest, there hasn't really been much to separate. Is there a corner?
It's really nice to get a 1-0 for corner, of course.
Oh, of course. Ronaldo now. There's a chance he's opened up 4. Can he get another one? Maybe I've cursed it a little bit too soon. 1-1 the score, and before half time, okay, maybe we have had another chance and another goal.
Yeah, the stranger. A lot of people say he plays quite differently. He'll play passes that you don't really see. He doesn't play the predictable pass that a lot of the other pros do, and that's why when people come up against him, they struggle to adopt to his play style. Have you ever played against the stranger?
I've played him in FIFA 17 and he knocked me out twice in Madrid and Berlin, so I'm really known with his play style.
Oh my God, I thought it went in.
Ooh, got blocked.
He's played short, yeah, as Dani.
This is only game number 1, remember, as well.
What are your thoughts on the stranger?
Stranger, yeah. Previous year, I rated him already, and yeah, he did absolutely amazing in Madrid. He came out of nothing, he got second. And then I think he got top 4 in Berlin, yes. And that gave him a spot in FIWC, and he didn't do well there, but still, he got an amazing year.
And then finished top 8 in top 4, I believe, actually.
Top 2? He knocked out by Nicholas.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah. He did get to the PS final, in fact. Yeah. Really impressive. Again, he's kind of reminds me of a player such as Gorilla as well, that's just consistent.
Always performs.
Yeah. Always
big
performing.
Events.
You know, doesn't always have to win the event as such, but
you can guarantee he'll be top 4, top 2.
And then obviously there's the players that make the playoffs and continue to be in demand and play for big organisations and clubs as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think Basel's a great fit for him at the minute.
Yes.
And let's not forget 2 football clubs taking part against each other here. Basel with the stranger and Ajax Dani, obviously representing Ajax Esports.
He's definitely indeed, and this is only game number 1. Remember, there's potentially 2 more games depending on how results go. If one player wins one, or Ajax Dani wins this one and wins the next, that'll be all over. Here he comes now, though. Ronaldo cuts back inside. Look at the run. Cuts back inside. No!
I think he held it L2 there.
I think he didn't mean to, or he probably didn't mean to make that complicated. Yeah. He just wanted to simplify, didn't he?
Yeah.
And now he's tried something fancy, and they're the chances, Bob, aren't they? They're just they'll come back and they'll haunt you. Surely he should be finishing that.
It's FIFA 18, so if you miss a chance on the other end will score. So that's just how the game is. The stranger's really always dangerous in attack.
Clinical.
Yeah, goal. Exactly.
It's one of these games that really hasn't had much to talk
Not a lot
about.
to shout about.
If you look at another game, so if you talk about like Principe, Cian, there was potentially over 20 goals in that game, or just under for both players. Compared to this one, it's not really a possession game, I'd say. It's just both players a little bit nervous, maybe, in this first game. I know Bob said you started cold yesterday. Is that a key factor, would you say? You need to warm up before you come into a competition?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. Previous year on like LAN events and Madrid, and you couldn't warm up. You didn't get a game, and this year in Barcelona.
Oh my God! Chance now, Messi on that left foot. You know what he can do, and he can really cause some damage. He could have went for the finesse originally with Ronaldo. Played one more, and again, as we're saying,
undefendable.
Is that the strength of the 4-4-2? You've got your wingers and they cut inside.
The perfect example of the 4-4-2 here.
When you've got someone like Messi who can come inside on that left foot, you can't give him any sort of space because he's so clinical. Look, you can just see now on the replay, plays it into Ronaldo, and Messi just drifts in field.
Yeah. Totally
and that first touch is...
The AI doesn't mark like the side this year, so it's really overpowered, and you see it.
It's obviously a good way to attack as well down the wing, come in, especially if you've got players like Messi and Ronaldo on those flanks.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said before the game, the 4-4-2 usually does overpower the 4-3-2-1. And it's going that way at the minute with the Stranger 2-1 up, I should say, not 3-1 up.
2-1 to score at the moment. But realistically, Danny should have 2 goals in this game. I don't know how he missed that chance. He's got another chance now for him. Ronaldo. Ball rolls, maybe, potentially. Where's he going with this one? Outside the foot. Pass. Hazard just rushed the shot there. That's not Ajax, Danny.
Yeah, he had time to take a touch there. Maybe play it back onto the edge of the box. He's going to look for Ronaldo. Wants to get at the front post.
I think that was a bit too ambitious on that occasion for him.
Not on this occasion. Messi does well to keep the ball.
I think that's a key thing as well. I don't know if you see it, King Up. Just to calm yourself down and reset play, just switch the ball left back to right back. Yeah. It just completely resets the team, gives you a second to breathe and just relax.
Yeah, FIFA 18, it's really hard to press, so if you play it to the other side, it's always open, so it gives you a second to breathe, exactly.
Here we go. Chance, through ball, Kante. What a finish, Kante out of the blue.
Finish.
I did not expect that.
Same.
What a finish from Team of the Year Kante. He's got that in his locker, though. That Team of the Year card, he can finish. De Gea has to do better. Go with the hands. I know you got the save with feet, right? Go with the hands.
Why not go with the hands?
In real life, he would have saved this, I guess, so... yeah.
If you didn't know why King Epps going so hard on David De Gea, he is a keeper.
Yeah.
Recently was in Las Vegas, I believe. Not a bad little trip to Las Vegas for a football tournament.
Yeah, I did. I went to Las Vegas for like a soccer trip. They call it soccer in America, so I'm used to it.
Oh my.
What a chance. Dybala flashes wide of the post. With just 20 minutes left to play. If you are just joining us and this is the first game, you are a Basel or an Ajax fan, this is a best-of-3 format.
And you've just come at the right time, really. Honestly, there's still so much FIFA to play of this game. The last game of today, we have been live since, just looking at the time, potentially 12 hours ago we started this stream. So there's been a lot of FIFA action, as we know. Jordi Alba now. Trying to just find that key pass, 2-2 the score now. Remember, if it's a draw, we go to extra time. And then if it's needed, penalties will be on the agenda. On your draft, was there any certain subs you made at the beginning of the game, or did you time them 60th minute, or...?
I didn't got a good team, so I made 3 subs at the start of the game to adjust something.
Did you feel like at any point the stamina-wise in your team was suffering?
Chance?
In the groups it was only 19 minutes, but you got to rethink in like the knockouts because you need them. You need them subs to make a difference.
I think it's a key thing as well with the substitutes this year. 16 game minutes, they start to flag a few players, especially the ones that haven't got the stamina.
Yes.
As you know, and with a key sub, especially we see it more, in the big major events. Yeah. The subs are huge. Are you someone that has bronze benching or?
No, I have always 3 subs.
Yeah.
You can.
Of course, yeah.
Maximum 3 subs. So, yeah, I've always like Leroy Sané, the 87 one. It
seems to be. I don't know if it's a Dutch theme. Danny loves him. I think Koen loves him. You love him.
He looks like Hullet in game. He's so big, but he's strong, and I don't know how, but he's really strong.
I think a good thing as well, Rich, is that Leroy Sané, he's got pace about him, and he's an outlet. If you want to play long to him, he will hold the ball up.
He can hold the ball up. He's strong, as you said. He's got a very good left foot. Low driven shot across the goalkeeper. You don't have to cut inside. You can just run down the left and then hit out across the goalkeeper. And also on the back post header as well.
Yes.
It does get up and it does compete at the back post.
The only thing he's missing is like the 4-star skills.
4-star skills, yeah.
But yeah, if he has full stamina, he doesn't need them. So
And obviously in Barcelona, you could have used the icon Ronaldo. Did you enjoy that?
I had him in my locker for like the
Okay.
start of the game. I bought like a bronze team and him. So
Oh, right, I see. Oh, my, here we go. Stranger, chance. David De Gea. Big save. Big save.
If it's on his right, if you're on his left foot there, you've got to think maybe open up, finesse shot past the goalkeeper.
I think Dani would have
Expect to finesse. Expect to finesse. Oh, not with Fernandinho. Maybe not with Fernandinho.
Counter-attack opportunity. 3 against 3 at the back. Good tackle from informer Antonio Valencia.
You see, he's having like a bit of issues to hold the ball with his new formation.
It's the case as well that you've got a great point there, King Ab, is that you only potentially get 2 to 3 games with this new team. You know, as you play at home, you'll play weekend league with a team and play maybe hundreds of games with it. You don't really have time to adapt, do you? You just have to just roll with it and play the best you can.
Exactly.
Hazard. Last chance, potentially of the game to fall for Dani.
Everything has to be right. There's that Leroy Sané we were talking about. The impact sub that the Ajax guys do love, and the man sitting next to me, King Ab.
I think that's just the normal.
Oh, there we go.
Sané.
Chance. Turn back. Which way is he going? Oh, I think he just got confused there. Didn't know which way he wanted to turn. Took a little bit too long on it and got pressed.
Yeah, actually a great tackle in the end. That's a poor pass. That's Antonio Valencia's one-star weak foot.
You always point it out, but there it is making issue. There it is, Leroy Sané, the finesse. Chance!
Do it.
Oh, he scored it!
Let's go.
Look at the passion on the man.
It's beautiful to see.
How many times have I said Antonio Valencia's one-star weak foot will cost players? It's an awful pass.
Yeah.
Straight into the midfield. Leroy Sané on his weak foot, slots past the goalkeeper. And that passion from Ajax Dani is why we do this.
I'm
not
not
right.
Yeah, I'm not using Valencia because of the weak foot.
Yeah?
Yeah, in my eyes, he is totally right.
Oh, here we go now. Stranger has to make a change. He has to go for it now. In my opinion, we haven't seen the Stranger we know in this first game. I don't know if that's because of the draft or...
I think you could say that. Maybe it's a formation he's not used to using, the 4-4-2.
Yeah, I heard like the Germans, I talked to them and they said the Stranger's really, really good with the 4-2-3-1. But he needs to adapt.
So he's got one formation and doesn't really play outside of that.
As we said before, there's a handful of players that can play different formations, which is a key thing for big tournaments like this. There's only some players that have to stick to those formations. And when you're in a tournament like this, which is different and good, with the draft format, obviously, as you know, you cannot change formation.
I think Tass is someone who's great at that. Different formations. It can go 5 at the back. It can go 3 at the back. He can play a 4-2-3-1. He's got different formations that he can adjust to, given how the game's going. And right now, Dani has to hold the ball.
All he has to do is defend. All he has to do is defend. And now
Stranger, free kick.
he is giving away a silly free kick.
27 yards out. Marcelo runs over it. Ronaldo also going to run over it, pass it.
Well read. Too obvious there. Get rid of the ball. And it's that Ajax Dani with an advantage. He has got the advantage. He pinched the goal. Right at the deficit there. As you said, that Antonio Valencia just was awful, wasn't it? The pass. Next thing you know, defence opened up. Leroy Sané got through. And just a basic finesse, wasn't it? A really basic finesse.
I like that from Dani. He's walked away. He's composing himself. He got very hyped at the end of that game.
I think that's something I've never seen before. Player get up off his seat, have a walk round.
We don't see that, usually. We don't see players calm themselves down and get ready to play the second game. You see Mike there behind him. Manager, coach, maybe he's had a few words.
What do you know from Dani as well? He's quite a passionate player, isn't he? And I think he's just going for a drink or something. We'll be back in a second. For the Stranger now. He's got his team behind him, in fact. Welcome back to the couch, obviously. King up next to us. You got any questions for that man? What did you make of that game in the end? You knew that Ajax Dani had a big performance in him. Yeah. Didn't see much out of these two, and then out of the blue, we talked about Leroy Sané. You said you're a big fan of him, and he went and scored a massive goal. Yeah,
I think he adjusted really good against his play style. He took over like the possession. I think at halftime he had like
63% possession.
Exactly, and that is what made the game hard for the Stranger. So
we're just having a look through the camera now at the Stranger. That's probably why it looks a bit weird. It looks very composed still.
Yeah.
He's probably been in this position many times before. 1-0 down in a best of 3. He knows how to calm himself down and just play the FIFA that he knows can get results. How hard is it to maintain your composure in a game like that? I think it's important for Dani now to go to get a drink just to calm himself down, because his heart rate will be going after scoring a 90th minute winner like that.
Yeah, it's obviously like a big, a hard thing to take if you concede in the last minute. So it's hard to come back from that. But I think he got the main experience.
I think as well, which is really key. Like everyone compares this at home. When you get really into a game of FIFA and it doesn't go your way, and you get a little bit angry or tilted, is the word that goes around now. Him just walking out now and getting a drink, those 2 minutes are just to have a breather. Like, you come back in fresh. You don't think it, but you do. You leave that game in chairs. He was just standing up. It does make a huge difference.
Well, how many times when we speak to pros do they say, if you're on weekend league and you lose a game, just don't play another game?
Go away.
Whatever you do not play another game, because nine times out of 10 you'll lose that next game that you play.
Is it? What do you tend to do when you lose? Maybe on weekend league you lose a game. Do you hear people? Some people play seasons, or do you just stop for a bit?
I go walk with my dog. It's the golden rule to stop playing after you lose, especially in the qualification mode, because that extra loss you get after a loss.
That could be the difference between qualifying for an event and not qualifying.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a thing you need to develop and experience yourself.
I think that's a very key thing as well. I think in the next game, you said about cold, being a bit cold on the start there. Both these players, obviously, the last games of the day, they have been here since the stream started, supporting these guys, and they've been waiting to do their drafts. I think the Stranger isn't, I wouldn't say at full fitness, I'm saying that saying, but he's not warm enough yet. And at the same time, I don't think we've seen enough of Dani yet as well. I think there's so many more goals in these games.
I think there is a lot more goals in these games, but they often say champions can win without playing well.
It's all about the W, as you say.
I don't think we saw a full fit Dani then. I don't think we see a full.
I don't think we saw
100% Dani.
I don't think we saw a 100% competitive game of FIFA there. I reckon both players were quite nervous there, in my opinion.
I don't know what was wrong, but I don't recognize the Stranger's game plan. He was a bit rushing things, and Dani the same thing.
As you said, the Stranger, we know he's a big player and he can be
That is one focus man.
He's focused. He knows he's got a job in his hands, but do not write off the Stranger yet, because as we know, for some reason it's just a familiar theme. If you win your first game, sometimes you just tend to lose your second game. I don't know why.
And let's be honest, FIFA 18's not gone Dani's way 100%. Last year, he was dominating the scene. This year, he's not been at the same level that he were last year. That's safe to say. This is a big opportunity for him to get his name back on that winner's board.
Yeah, it's really you need to adapt to this game. It's really different from FIFA 17. FIFA 17 you could press high up the pitch, and now it's more like possession game and waiting. And
it's difficult, we're going into the game now, I believe. The thing that you're saying, though, King Up, is important. It's a different game of FIFA. You have to adapt. Say if Dani was a very attacking player, as we know, he used to just rip his opponents to pieces. Now he has to go back, as you said, and maybe play a bit more possession as well.
And that's what he have done. He adjusted through the year, and it pays off, I guess.
He said as well, I've spoken to him before a number of times, that every game or every tournament he's getting better. He says every weekend league he's getting a little bit better, and he's seeing a difference in himself. And whoever wins this event, obviously he's got a massive job to do still to get through to tomorrow for a start. But something like this is massive for confidence, Richard.
It's massive for confidence. I'll tell you what, looking at the two drafts, Dani's team is so much better than Stranger's.
Yeah, but as I said, the formation is really hard to play if you never played it.
Yeah.
So, and the 4-4-2 counts it, but yeah, the players are better for Dani.
And an angle on this as well. Both players didn't redraft.
Both players did stick with their first draft, yeah.
So that's a big call they've made.
I'd probably say over the tournament, the second draft seems to be a little bit more common than the first draft. A lot of people have taken the second draft that we've seen.
Yeah, I think they got a really good first draft both. I wouldn't take my chances if I were in their positions, but yeah, I think they drafted good, but Dani a bit better.
Oh my, here's a chance
start.
early on. Oof. How important is an early goal, as you said? For you, maybe it doesn't work as well, because I think you got a great point there, because, even as a casual player, you go 3-0 up maybe 25 minutes into a game, you think you've done the job, you just switch off, don't you? Next thing you know, you potentially 4-3 down. It's one of them things.
In weekend league, when I go 3-0 up in 25 minutes, I just relax a bit and not focus as much as I did in minute 1. So.
And then just try and push for that rage quit, I presume.
Exactly. And that's dangerous, because when you concede the 3-1, the momentum switch and it can cost you.
And goals change, not just games, they change your mindset as well. You can just feel like you're up against it, and you can feel like there's a goal coming onto you as such, which is something that both these players need to try and look after the mental side of the game. Obviously, Ajax Dani in their way, Ajax stripped kicking from left to right, and the Stranger representing FC Basel kicking from right. So if this is game number 2, remember our final round of 16 of the evening. And whoever wins this game will play... Oh, my God, I nearly got away with that. We'll be playing... is that Prey, I believe? Another German player, I want to say. So we'll get the bracket up here right for you now. This is how it's looking tomorrow, then. Obviously, it will be Cian up against Megabit. All-German game. And then another all-German game, Richard Buckley. Mo Aubameyang v Dito.
Yeah, massive game. We've got a cross-nation affair in the other quarterfinal. Maestro versus Dragon, French versus English. And then the winner of this game will be taking on Prey in the fourth and final quarterfinal. All the action coming up tomorrow here at the DraftStory Cup. But before we sign off, we've got potentially 2 more games of FIFA. If the Stranger does win this game,
as you said,
guide you through.
As you said, potentially still 2 more games to play. But if Dani wins this will be over for him. What's your thoughts as well on the fact that if you do win here and you get through to the quarterfinals, you have to go and sleep on that? Is that something that's negative for you? Would you rather play all your games in one day when you're like hyped up, or do you like having a break between your games?
The guy who wins this game is like really confident after this game because you knock out a big opponent. So in my eyes, you would have like to play directly after.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And what about you've got to redraft again as well? Every new round.
You got such a good draft as Dani did.
Is it hard to give it away?
Exactly.
For yourself, you would have been happy to give it away, right? Your draft was awful.
If I went through, I would have easily get a new draft.
You said you used your second draft, right?
Yeah, I did.
So if you said your second draft was bad, what was the first one like? In hindsight, was the first one better?
Nah, it was.
No?
It was absolutely awful.
Any team of the years?
I did get one team of the year, Ronaldo, in my second draft, and he managed to score a few goals for me, but yeah, it wasn't enough.
It's been a great first 25 minutes. Sorry to interrupt you there, Brandon.
Sorry, mate.
From Ajax Dani, keeping
Here we
possession.
go.
And now he's got
it's down the
something for
blue.
his rewards.
I'm enjoying the play of Dani here. I'm
He's
really.
giving a little fist bump every time he gets a goal. He loves it.
He's really playing good.
He just spoke about he's changed the game style from last year. I think it took him a little bit to adapt to this new game, but he's kept possession. He's not gave Stranger any real chances, and you can see there's been a pause.
Yeah.
And since Barcelona, he's been waiting for a main stage to perform on. We know he's been playing well in the Eredivisie. He's been doing exceptionally well in the second half of the season. Maybe that you need I hate to just compare this back to real life football. You need a bit of form. You play a bit of form.
Yep.
As you know, there's different updates with the game as it goes along. You start building. The more practice you play, and you get a little bit of form, you get a little bit of confidence. Dani there, fist bump, bit of a let's go maybe, and then straight back sitting down. He knows his business.
He knows that it is business. He's only 25 minutes in, but first 25 minutes, very solid and a game changer potentially right now, Brandon. Sihan has just stepped into the Stranger's booth.
He has, maybe to give that man some wise words of wisdom, because he needs them right now. Currently 2-0 down. Sorry, 2-0 down? I'm getting confused. It could be 2-0 in games if it stays like this, sorry. He lost the first game just by a goal. But have you been impressed by Ajax, Dani? He just seems to be very switched on.
Yeah, really impressed by his play.
Nearly, mate.
Rudiger out of position there by a long way, but he get away with it. Valencia.
Like Dani is in his element now. He's full of confidence. He plays really good, and that's really dangerous for the Stranger.
Dangerous for everyone in the competition if he goes through.
I think the Stranger just needs a goal. He needs a goal to come alive. We haven't seen, as I said, the Stranger we know yet. We saw him yesterday. He was playing superb and just ripping people apart. We haven't seen it today yet, but there's still time for it.
Ronaldo. There could be a formation though, Brandon, if he's not comfortable with the formation.
I get that as well, because he did put a lot of time and effort. There's Ronaldo on the fence if he can get it. Went with it in the end, and just a second.
Could go in his head like, I don't have formation, I don't have like the players I want.
It's like a mental swing, essentially.
Exactly.
And if he's missing a chance here and there, that builds up as well. You know more than anyone as a pro. When those little things get on top of you, if you don't deal with them well, you start to just lose your head, for example.
If you think about that, those things in game, it's really hard to focus on the game, and that could like give you a loss.
Still, this game is completely open. I said we haven't seen that many goals in this game. We literally haven't.
Fernandinho looking for Kovacic on the edge of the box. Not the man that you want, really. Kante does well. Doing what Kante does, that team in the air. Just
look at that run from Ronaldo. Can he drive now? Messi there's making the run. Is he going to play the high through ball? No, he's not. He's going to recycle instead. Ronaldo. Is that Turan? Is he staying on?
Yeah, Ada Turan switched over to left centre mid. Kante comes into the middle in the 3 midfield.
To be fair, though, we were speaking he was potentially going to be coming off. He hasn't come off, has he?
No, I think he brings on a new player in the second half.
Is that something he often does, just because of the stamina situation, or?
Yeah, I think he's keeping in mind that he may be playing extra time here, so...
That's a great point as well, yeah. So obviously, in the group stages, it was no extra time. It's just win, draw, or lose. Obviously, here, extra time and penalties. Is it a factor as well? Obviously, Dani maybe has had those extra games of training day in there. It could be something. I know a lot of guys practice anyway. Here's a chance now. Hazard and Valencia with the block.
Yeah, great tackle. And also, Ajax Dani has been downstairs, or both of these players, I imagine, downstairs playing Weekend League.
Yep.
Getting the games in. But it's a step up from Weekend League to a competitive LAN event, isn't it? What's some of the differences between playing at home to playing in a studio like this, where you've got the cameras and the lights?
Of course, the pressure, playing for a club, playing on stage for a lot of viewers. The gameplay is, if you need to feel it as a player, but maybe it's in your head, but it's different from home.
It's basically like when you play Weekend League, obviously you can come up against gold players, etc. You're top 100 every single game here. And you're playing against someone who's at the same level, and either sign for an esports organisation or a club, some are free agents still. Every game is, potentially a final.
Yeah, every game, especially these games against the top 2 player of the PS4. You can see it as a final.
Well, we are here in the second half of action. 1-0. The score to Ajax Dani. I don't know what's lacking from the stranger. You said it could be a little mental swing. He's not happy with his formation maybe or something, but he has got players that can score big goals for him. Am I cursing it? Messi. Oh my God, Rudiger. Right place, right time.
I was speaking to Salzar earlier on yesterday, and he said that heel-to-heel flick from Stranger is unbelievable.
Opens up players. Back post. Anyone there for it? Daya on the rebound. Just gets away. Thiago Silva with a goal, and a big goal to maybe make the Stranger come alive right now.
Very scrappy goal at the back post, but sometimes doesn't matter how it goes in. It just matters that he did get a goal on the board. Thiago Silva nodding home from close range after the initial header was saved, and Messi now looking to double the lead. I should say double lead. I should say take the lead. It's been a long day.
Double his goals. Oh, it's all the same. As we know, 1-1, the score. 2-1 was the score in the last game, and it was just a mistake. You say at this level, Richard, number of times. It is literally the small mistakes that cost you games, especially in a knockout stage like this right now, the round of 16. Ajax Dani, 1-2 if he wanted to. I think he went for a shot there, or maybe a turn, even a fake shot, in fact, with that man Ronaldo.
And how good is that Ronaldo?
Like the CR7 one.
Yeah.
I think he's the best player in the game. He's even better than R9, Hullet. Yes, in my eyes.
He just can do everything, can't he? He can finesse it, header,
yeah.
He just does everything.
Everything, man.
There's a massive reason why in Barcelona it was a fact that Ronaldo, it was one of the Ronaldos that scored every time. It was the R9 or CR7. And you said Ajax Dani might be making a change shortly, 60th minute, or?
I don't know. He's defending really well, and he didn't give him many chances to score. So I think he would have just stay as it is.
Well, he's at Valencia now. Here's a chance. Modric, swinging it. Yes, and there's a goal for Dani. Oh,
the emotion, man, so nice.
I got lost in that. I think Dani actually scared me there. He stood up and gave the biggest roar I've actually seen.
Brandon, how many times do I say it? Mistakes change games. Why is a stranger not clearing that? Look at the replay. Just clear the ball.
You could just see there, he's so annoyed with himself. And we just said, Richard.
Goes in your head.
Literally, it goes in that.
But I think it's really justified because Dani plays better and Stranger got a scrappy goal. So I think Dani is leading and it's deserved.
It's deserved, and it's a case of, as you said, picking up for the little mistakes the opponent is making. Ronaldo. The Stranger now straight back down the other end. Back post again. Ooh.
Great defending from Jordi Alba. Right place, right time. Short corner. Going to find Ronaldo at the front post. Thiago Silva gets over it.
Ooh.
Right now, he just needs to calm down a bit. Mike probably in his ear. Just saying, look, let's just slow it down a little bit. Play at your pace. That's a big thing. If your opponent needs to score a goal, he's going to be more frantic. You play at your pace. Try and slow the game down. How important is that to implement your own game style on your opponent?
This year it's really annoying because you can keep the ball easily. So if you are up front, it's really hard to come back for the opponent, especially the way Dani.
Play.
Yeah, exactly. And it really frustrates the opponent, and it leaves gaps in their defense. Ooh.
Oh my, no. Was that the start of something very dangerous?
That was a start to an El Tornado.
Yeah. Apologies there when that goal came in. Actually, Dani scared me. He gave the biggest roar I've seen in it. But again, a prime example. Out of the 4 goals that he scored, 2 of them have been mistakes from StrxngeR. And as we know, TheStrxngeR is potentially one of the best players in this competition in Germany. And at the same time, Ajax Dani, one of the best players in FIFA as well. So
Ajax Dani's forcing him to make mistakes.
He is, which is the pressure he's putting on. I can see that, for example. But I'm interested to see what TheStrxngeR. It just doesn't seem like everything's clicking for him today. I don't know. As you said, as King Ev said, it's a different draft every time. You have to adapt every single time.
There we go again. Ooh, good.
Yeah.
You don't get enough time to play. You don't get 40 games to play, but do you? It's just 2 games, could be 3. And as we said, if TheStrxngeR doesn't get a goal back now, unfortunately for him, he'll be leaving the competition, and Ajax Dani will have booked his place in the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Chance, Ronaldo's in, threaded through ball, 1-on-1.
Oh,
He's away from
you can
Sanchez.
see a bit of disappointment there. I just looked through. Ronaldo, big save from David De Gea, and a chance still for TheStrxngeR.
What's he got to do differently there?
It's really hard because you expect it to go in, but it's still Ronaldo's left, so it's 60-40 to go in. I think if he may wait a bit longer, he could have chipped it because he did came out with his keeper, but it's really hard to make that decision in like a millisecond.
I think you said about the decisions there. TheStrxngeR's made a bad decision there, trying to play down the wing of kind of like a chipped passing. I would like to see TheStrxngeR maybe pause the game. Take a breather. I think Sian's in there. He's got 10 in-game minutes to turn this round. If anyone to talk to about getting himself back is Sian.
Yeah, he's a winner.
He turns his custom tactics round. The speed goes up, the aggression goes up, and he knows how to get back. Here he comes now. TheStrxngeR, Marcelo there again, just in 2 minds what to do.
Look how good Rio Ferdinand's been, though. He's been a difference. He's been the difference maker.
Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you here.
He's been able to break up the play. He can play out from the back. He can win most aerial battles in the air.
He's very strong, very fast.
And Dani, technically, his time starts running, he should be able to see out this game. But as you say, Richard, one more chance is always there. Just needs to get that chance. TheStrxngeR now.
The frustration is really, really big now, especially if he keeps the ball. So it's really hard to make an attack now because of the frustration.
Ada Turan.
All Dani wants to do is bring TheStrxngeR up, bring him out, then he can come in behind. But he needs to take that risk and win the ball. He's gone for the offside trap, I believe.
And it's worked for him.
And he has won back the ball now.
This is the last one.
He'll get a chance, will TheStrxngeR. I always say you get one more chance.
If it stays like this will...
Good tackle from Dani. Wins the ball back.
Be it now, added time. Remember that Dani won the first game 2-1 from a mistake, unfortunately. And he got himself on another goal from another mistake, unfortunately, for TheStrxngeR. One bad pass, and surely this could be game over now. Added time at 2 minutes. Dani's in front.
Well played.
And that is the difference, as you just heard from there, King B. Well played. Could have went for the ball, could have had a shot, and it may have opened one more chance for TheStrxngeR.
That's just experience.
Yeah, you don't need to go to win. 2-1, 3-1, doesn't matter. He did a great job there.
You know what, that's a very professional performance from Ajax Dani. He's done what he needed to do. He came out, he got the victory over 2 games, didn't have to go to a 3rd game against potentially, or arguably, one of the best FIFA players on the PS4 right now.
Look at the passion there between them two. Mike and Dani, they've done it. They've got himself through to the quarterfinals. But you've got to say out the 2 players. I don't know what it was. I cannot put my finger on it. There was just something. I don't know if it was the draft. I'd be interested here from TheStrxngeR. What was it for you?
I think the key was Dani didn't concede many goals, and we know from TheStrxngeR he can score a lot of goals. He defended perfectly in my eyes, and that is what the difference was, I think.
That man, Ajax Dani, be joining us, potentially.
Potentially, after the handshakes, obviously, that go between both of these players. But I think, as you said, Richard, the issue for me could have been for TheStrxngeR. It was that I think he wasn't too happy with the formation. We saw how long he took with the draft. Something didn't click for him.
I'm going to put it down to 3 things. I think Dani's players were just a little bit better, just a shade better than the Strangers. I don't think the Stranger was that comfortable with his formation. But then thirdly, I think Dani he's just stepped up to the mark. It was just a good, solid, professional performance from Ajax Dani.
I think a word I want to use to him now. He's coming over now.
Right now on the sofa.
Dani, first of all, massive congratulations. You didn't need to go to the third game. Talk to me about that performance in general.
Yeah, this is a great performance because I heard he bettered a lot of German people last time, and yeah, I know he's a sick player, and you don't need to give him the ball much because if he has the ball, he feels confident, and yeah, if he's scoring, then he keeps scoring goals. Then he's a machine. So for me, yeah, I told before the best way to beat him is just keep ball possession and make him crazy.
And how important was that Rio Ferdinand at the back for you?
Yeah, the moment Rio Ferdinand came, we were like, okay, I think this team we are not going to replace for next draft. I was thinking a little bit about the formation because he had 4-4-2 wide.
Yep.
And most of the times that formation is just really good, especially against my formation.
4-3-2-1, yep.
Yeah, because I had just narrow and it's hard to play against that.
And,
but I think it's a deserved win at the end.
And obviously King App was casting on there. What did you make? There's a stranger there, obviously commiserations to that man. What was impressive about Dani's performance there? You said about possession. It's a different Dani than we normally know. Dani's normally attack. He's had to change his game this year, and we're seeing what he can do right now.
Yeah, he adjusted very well, played possession, defended really, really good, and I think that was the key to success here.
And for you said, you know, is this your time in FIFA now? Are you starting to hit your prime? You're doing well in the Eredivisie. Touchwood, you could be doing well tomorrow as well. Is everything going well for you at the moment?
Yeah, it's hard to say. For now, first place in the Eredivisie, Dutch E-League, of course. 1 point above Ruma, but I have 5 less hard opponents. So, yeah, it's hard to say that it's my time now. But I'm feeling that I get more confident, that I play much better as I did, 4 or 5 months ago. And, yeah, I feel I'm just getting better and better.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for Dani for coming on. King Ep as well. Thank you ever so much, Dani.
No Thanks.
Congrats there. Oh, where am I going with these handshakes? We're going to go over to the bracket now to see how today has finished. Richard, talk to me through this and why, first and foremost, why people should return for tomorrow's stream.
Quarterfinals are there, Brandon. Sihan versus Megabit. Massive game in the quarterfinals. Maestro against Dragon. And then that bottom half of the bracket. Mo Aubameyang taking on Dito. And the man you just saw there on the couch with us, Ajax Dani. A very tough test against Prey, who did knock out Roma Zimmer in the round of 16.
Definitely indeed. And
massive games.
Once again, so much action today. You know, we've been live for a very long time and we've covered every single round of 16 game. Some have gone to penalties. Some have gone in the first 2 games like we've just seen there. We've had loads of goals. We had a 7-7 penalty shootout potentially. Did we see that?
What a game that was between Sian and Principe. Probably, for me, game of the tournament so far. But all them players who did go through to the quarterfinal will be in action again tomorrow, Brandon, and we'll be back.
We'll be back indeed. I've been Brandon Smith. This man's been Richard Buckley. We have been your international English-speaking hosts throughout the whole of this DraftStory Cup. As we were there for the group stage yesterday, here again on this couch today for round of 16. We're back again for quarterfinals, semi-finals, and that final tomorrow. There will be a winner. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. That's inside for Ronaldo. On the rebound.
He's spilled it again, Mignolet shoot.
He's not shoot. Mignolet back inside. Oh, he's got a goal.
So there's the first
How do you say that?
Oh, no. No. Oh, there we go. A fancy goal from Stylo.
Extra time. We'll obviously a winner in the remaining 16 minutes.
Look at that run from Mane. Surely. He's out to Mane. He's got himself a goal with a knockout as well. He was the hero for him in the